Cadet Fornash stood before the planetary selection terminal, his crystalline fingers hovering over the glowing display. The Galactic Military Academy's final trial was simple. Survive 30 days on a death world of your own choosing. Most cadets picked Class 7 planet stuff, but manageable. Fornash selected Earth. Classed 12. Quarantined. Forbidden. You'll die there, his instructor had warned him. Humans are unpredictable and violent. Their world kills in 1,000 different ways. But Fornash had studied the restricted files. Humans fascinated him precisely because every other species feared them. He had to know why. The drop pod screamed through Earth's atmosphere, landing him in a place called Colorado. The gravity was crushing, nearly double his homeworld's. The high oxygen air burned his lungs. The wild temperature swings, considered lethal on 17 council worlds, were just autumn weather here. He had 3 days of supplies. 30 days to survive. Fornash made it 6 hours before it all went wrong. A rock slide came without warning, a cascade of stone that shattered his communication array and trapped his legs. His exoskeleton's power cell cracked, leaking toxic fluid. By all calculations, he had maybe 4 hours left. He was going to die here, alone, on this brutal world. Then he heard footsteps. An old human, face weathered by the sun, knelt beside the wreckage. He wore simple clothes and carried basic tools. No armor, no tech, just flesh and bone. "Well," the human said, "you're definitely not from around here." His name was Robert, a park ranger. "Leave me." Fornash managed through his translator. "Your species is quarantined. Contact is forbidden. You'll be punished." Robert just laughed. "Son, I'm 67 years old. Been breaking rules since before you were hatched. Now hold still. What happened next defied all logic." Robert didn't run. He didn't try to profit from the alien tech. Instead, for 11 straight hours, he moved rocks. His hands bled. His back strained. He broke 2 fingers and dislocated a shoulder, but he never stopped working. "Why?" Fornash finally asked, as Robert freed his last leg. "Your species is called violent and selfish. Why help me?" Robert sat back, breathing hard. "Because you needed help. It ain't more complicated than that." But it was complicated. Fornash's scanners showed Robert was at the edge of physical collapse. He'd nearly destroyed himself for a complete stranger. "Your people think we're monsters," Robert said, fashioning a splint from branches. "Maybe some of us are bad. Most of us, we just try to do right by each other, especially when it's hard." Over the next 24 days, Robert taught Fornash how to survive Earth. He learned how to read the weather in the clouds, find water in dry creek beds, and build fire without technology. More importantly, he learned about humanity. He learned that humans were forged by this brutal planet. Its harshness didn't make them cruel, it made them resilient, adaptable, and surprisingly, compassionate. On a world that killed so casually, the only way to survive was together. Fornash learned about a species that runs into burning buildings for strangers, that dives into freezing water to save the drowning, that gives their last rations to someone who needs them more. Not because they were programmed to, but because they chose to. On day 30, the extraction shuttle arrived. His instructor emerged, shocked to see him alive. "How did you survive?" she demanded. Fornash looked at Robert, who was exhausted, injured, and wearing that strange human grin. "I learned that humans aren't dangerous because they're violent," he said. "They're dangerous because they're kind, and there is nothing in the universe more powerful than a species that will break itself to help another." The Galactic Council would debate his report for years. But Fornash knew the truth. Humanity wasn't quarantined because they were too weak for the galaxy. They were quarantined because the galaxy wasn't ready for them.